What's up everyone? I'm Sketchy Brett, YouTube's sketchiest artist, and today is the fourth video in the series of my journey using the charcoal medium. And today I'm going to be working on my third piece. And just quickly, if you're enjoying this, I'd really appreciate it if you could share, like, subscribe, and thank you to everybody who has already. I learned quite a bit on the last piece, and my only real change that I'm making this time is I'm bringing my reference image even closer. So it made a big difference, but I still had it a little way off. So I've brought it right up next to the image that I'm working on because it really helped having it close. So I brought it even closer to see if that helps even more. I've roughed out using a piece of vine charcoal, just working again off one of the lessons being working on tonal value. So you can see the details have been somewhat irrelevant in all of this. I've just outlined areas of very dark so that I can block those in. And then my choice of image for today is something that I can be even more gestural with. The previous piece, I definitely had a big improvement on that, but I want to have it even more. I really want to push that because this medium just works so nicely for it. And I'm going to do my initial layout and my initial drawing, and then I'm going to get a feel from it there to see if anything comes to mind or anything grabs me in terms of a concept to kind of push it to that next level like we did in the previous one. So let's see how it goes. So ideally, later on, I'm not going to need to do this. I want to be able to get to this point gesturally, but I'm just not good enough at portraits yet. So I've accepted that. So what I'm thinking for this one is to use this pan pastel and kind of just block in these very dark areas and then work my gestural lines from there. And I'm hoping that that way I can get to a nice medium and still have the support of these underlying dark areas to help me with the proportions. So okay, don't do that. And I use the willow charcoal underneath because that allows me to, when I start moving over it, it will largely just disappear because it doesn't stick the same as compressed or this pan pastel to the same extent. Oh, another thing is, like, if you squint at the reference image, it kind of removes the details for you and it helps you kind of make sense of your reference image a lot better. So you squint at both of them and that actually works quite nicely. So you can see we've already got some nice basic forms. But what I don't have is any midtones. And then what I'm hoping is that when I do this, it brings out a nice mid-tone for me to then use for subtraction. And then I can go in with this compressed, and then also want to make sure that it's not just, I want to bring some real chaos to it. Specifically on this side, because on this side I'm going to be using the hair more for that purpose. So then again up here, hey, whoopa. Okay, now I need a new one. There it is. Got to try and keep track of more tools these days. It's not just like one or two brushes. Oh, good catch, keeper. I didn't go to art school. I barely went to school. That's actually not true. I studied economics and business management. I mean, it's coming. Right? This is the time that you encourage me, Jared.
I was engrossed.
I'll take it.
The eye work has improved
Right?
significantly.
So I did spend the last day, or the last 2 nights when I got home, I'd just been sketching eyes just with a marker just to try and improve that. So I'm glad. Because the thing about a human eye is like, people might not be able to say what's wrong with it, but they'll know that something's wrong with it. Because we recognize it. It's what we use as humans to recognize people so much that we know if it's wrong. That's why, like, when it comes to animals, it's sometimes easier because if you mess up the eye or whatever, like, it still looks like the thing. It's like dodging and burning in photography, just non-stop. Now I want to just pull out some of these. Teeth, but not give them much, because I don't want them to become prominent. This one's hard.
How come?
This eye is giving me dramas here. And I'm trying very hard not to overwork it, but at the same time, trying to learn, so it is something that I can keep going back to if I need to. And each time I'm picking up little things.
The nice thing about charcoal is that you can change it.
Yeah, and I can keep reworking it.
Paper is not going to get soggy.
Yeah, it's very forgiving from that perspective. Very. Kind of like it. Right, so that's portrait 2, drawing 3 in my journey to charcoal. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe. And if you are only coming in now and you'd like to follow it from the beginning, where you see my absolute disaster of a first drawing, that's this one over here. And if you want to see the one before this, here's number 2. I hope you're enjoying this journey as much as I am, and until next week, keep it sketchy.